What's up, guys? Just real quick, came to this property where the toilet wasn't draining. Well, it was draining, but it will overflow and then it will start draining really slow. So what I did when I showed up, uh, you have to run a snake to make sure that there's nothing clogging the toilet. So I ran my snake through the toilet twice. It didn't do any, nothing changed. So I ended up doing a third time just because uh, I had this problem before where um, the problem is the actual drain, but you have to give it a shot with the easy stuff first. So um, third time, nothing changed. So I decided to remove the toilet. Now I just did um, I poured some water into the drain, and just like I thought is the drain. So uh, sometimes, long story short, is that just because your toilet is clogged, it doesn't always mean that it is your toilet. It could be the drain. So I have a small snake that I'm gonna use, but most likely it is a plumber's job. But I'm gonna give it a shot. But I'm just gonna show you guys the little test I did just to make sure that it was a drain. So that's the drain right there. Let's see. Let's get some light if it's possible. Alright. Hope I don't drop my phone. So, got some water in this bucket, and as I start pouring water in there, you can hear the water filling up. There you go. You can hear the water coming up. There you go. The heck is that? Whoa. It looks like a roof inside. Whoa. Oh my goodness. So, yep, it looks like a roof inside. Something is growing, so I'm gonna have to remove the ring and see if I can pull that out. And it is what it is. Let's give it a shot. Okay, this is the continuation of the toilet. I had to pause the video because I don't have my stand to do the whole process, but these problems, um, you don't know what to expect or how things are gonna work out. But as I was making the video, I saw that there was like a piece of roof inside of the drain. I was able to pull it out with some pliers. A whole bunch of it, like a little more than 2 feet, came out of the drain, and I want to think that is growing around the ring where it has a support for the toilet, but I'm not really sure. I always recommend owners to call a plumber, and maybe they have a solution for that, but I don't. I'm just a problem solver at the moment. My job is to come here, make a run, and make recommendations for the future. But so far, I have here, it seems that it was growing. It looks like if it's growing around around that area there. So we have a roof somewhere here in the house, and then you can see that really don't want to touch it because I haven't touched it yet, but it looks like it's growing there, and it started going inside. So that's what came out of it. I was able to grab it with my pliers here and pull that thing out. Let's see. It seems like that was the end of it. I reflashed some water through it, and water went in really nice. I even connected this pipe to the angle valve and ran some water. Everything went in right. I did the flushing. I ran some water with the bucket again. They went in really nice, no problems. Water flows nicely. So far the problem is solved, but this is something that needs to be, they need to do something about this problem here, or eventually it's gonna happen again. Not in the next couple months, but they have a problem there, that's for sure. So I'm ready to put the new wax in there and put the toilet back in there, and voila. So I already put everything back in there. Screws, new wax in there, screws. Toilet is stable. Connected the water back into the tank. Let's test it. Oh baby, we're back in business. We'll do a second test. Working beautiful. This is a toilet that a while ago I put a new, it's called a fill water valve, a fill valve, that's what it's called. So the fill valve water was bad, it wasn't stopping the water. And another problem that they had was that this part here was higher than the hole for the handle. So what it was doing, instead of, the job for this pipe here is, when this valve goes bad, it's supposed to start draining in here and go into the toilet. But since this one here was too high, it was overflowing, so water was, you can see, I don't know if you guys can actually see, but there's still some stains here from here. But yeah, I ended up cutting this down. I didn't have the tool to cut this down, so it came out all crooked, but I made it work. Now I got the tool in my truck at all times, just in case. But I fixed the problem. I'ma fix the problem when we have a problem. That's the main goal, to leave it working and the best as possible. Nobody cares if the cut is perfectly done, but what you want is to do what it's supposed to be doing, lower than the handle and make sure that you stop the water before it gets to it. That's the whole goal. All right, so I'm ready to wrap it up. I'm gonna dry that out and make the caulking look really nice, just to make sure. Well, I really don't have to, but it's really nice and stable, but we'll see. I'm gonna start packing my stuff and call it a day for now. Alright. So everything went well. Everything worked fine. I guess it was just a piece of roofing going into the toilet. Every time that I work on a toilet, when I remove a toilet, I always get my I clean my tools, and I start cleaning the handles of my truck. Cause I know I keep going in and out of my truck. I know you cannot keep everything clean, but you do your best. So, another day in paradise. I know that I'm not a plumber. I know plumber has more tools, more options, but you always try to help the customer if you can. These are customers that any problem that they have, they call me, and they know I will be very honest. If there is something that is not to my level, I'll call it to my level. If it's something that is not to my level, I always recommend someone. I have a plumber that I work with. I have an electrician that I work with, and also for air conditioning stuff, when it's something pretty big, I got my friend also that I work with. So I always try to, if I'm not able to fix something, I always try to find a solution for it or make it easier if they don't trust other people. So I bring people that I trust. So people that they're not just gonna rip them off. So they here to charge the right amount. Of course, not to give their job away, but not to abuse my customers either. So, all right, another one to the collection. All right, you guys have a good one out there.